All right, people. All right, good afternoon once again. So, I want to, just drop a particular uh, topic here. Of course, I'm going to give an answer to it anyway. So, what do you do? What do you do when you know that this particular person is for you? In other words, what do you do when you know that this is your life partner? You just know that this is going to be your life partner. What do you do when you know that this person is for you but refuse to accept? The person is for you, but when you talk to the person refuses to accept. Maybe probably you are not looking like, don't understand, maybe you are not looking like, maybe everything about you does not look like a potential, maybe husband material. So what do you do when you speak to that person that you are my wife, and the person refuse? Well, my answer to that is that you just have to exercise patience. Do you understand? You need to exercise patience. You know, give the girl some time, give her time, then be checking up on her, give her time. But when it seems that, because most times when you walk up to a lady and tell the lady that you are my wife and things like that, most times some of those ladies are actually in a serious relationship, so they would not want to leave that relationship, because you told her that she is your wife and stuff like that. So the best you could do is just for you to exercise patience. Do you understand? But if at the long run the lady is not responding positively, and maybe probably she's giving you attitude, and maybe your own patience too has actually worn out, well, you can just move on with your life. You understand what I'm saying? You can move on with your life, because God does not permit vacuum. God doesn't permit vacuum. God does not permit vacuum. If the person is not ready to accept you as a husband, then God will bring another person your way who will love you genuinely, who will cherish you, who will be there for you. You get what I'm saying? We have a lot of instances in the scriptures like that. Do you understand? So God does not permit room for vacuum in any way. So if probably she doesn't accept you, if she does not want you in her life, do you understand? So you can just, if you know that your patience has worn out, you can just move ahead with your life. Do you understand? Because most times those kind of ladies, they always end up not even getting married to the so-called person they are in a serious relationship with. So that is just how it works. I've seen a lot of stuff like that too. I've seen it happen right in my very eyes. So the thing is that if you cannot wait any longer, you can move, most especially if God tells you to move on. Do you understand? But if you could wait, you wait. Do you understand? I also have some personal experiences like that I had to exercise patience, and I was waiting, I was praying, I was fasting, so that God will open the eyes of this girl. But there was a particular day in the middle of the night, God told me to forget about the girl, that I should move on, that I should forget about her. Imagine, I have been praying for years, for this particular lady. But maybe because I was not looking like it at that time, I never had money and things like that. So, it's understandable. Do you understand? So, and the girl did not agree. So, after much prayer, God told me, I heard with my 2 years, God told me to forget about her, that I should move on. And at the long run, God brought somebody better to me, who gave me peace of mind, everything that I'm enjoying my marriage today. You get what I'm saying? So just exercise patience if you can, and if your patience has worn out, most especially when God tells you to move on, you have to hear from God before you can move on. So if God did not tell you to move on, you can still keep exercising patience. Do you understand? Maybe at the long run, God will now begin to deal with the girl. Do you understand? God will open her eye to see, then she can now accept you. You understand? So it's very important that you receive the go ahead from God in whatever thing you are doing. Don't just make the decisions by yourself. God bless you. I still remain Pastor Edward Peter. We are going to talk again.